Rams fans, there's a big old football game going on tomorrow, and we got to talk about it, all right? Because the Rams sitting at 4-5 right now, and in their way to come back to 500 is a team that we have a pretty interesting history again, considering there were two February 3rd games that did not go the Rams' way. And hey, it's always time to give, or it's always a good moment to give a little bit of good payback on a team like this, all right? But to join us today talking about the Patriots side of this is we've actually got this guy's absolutely awesome, all right? We were supposed to get on a show about 4 years ago when the Rams and Patriots were playing pandemic time. It ended up not working out, but we're here now, man, and that's all that matters. So the host of Ken's Pats Talk, Ken, how's it going, man?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Long time no see, man. Well, not really long time. I said you just came on my podcast. Also, that's out on Ken's Pats. So y'all make sure y'all go check that out, man. We just did a live episode. We doing a preview of the game, man. But hey, man, I appreciate the honor, man. I appreciate it. It's been about 4 or 5 years when the band came on your own. When we put the band linked up and whatnot. So I appreciate you and your fans having me on tonight.
Dude, absolutely, man. I hate to say that we're having some issues again right away, but your audio is real choppy on me, man. I don't know if something's going on here or.
Give me 1 second.
Oh, you're good, man. But obviously, yes, the big old football game that we got going on tomorrow, Rams, Patriots. We had an early kickoff, which is never fun for us. Payo commented about it too. Sound a little bit robotic. I don't know what happened there, but we'll get this figured out. If he falls off here and rejoins, we'll get that rolling. If you do have any questions, by the way, regarding Patriots or Rams or anything about this game, hit us up and drop those below, and we'll chat about it. All right, because. Obviously, the Ravens are in a spot right now trying to get back up to 500. And like I said, in the way is those New England Patriots. So should be an interesting game. A team that we don't really know much about, and I kind of find that rather fun and difficult, but in a fun way when we play a team that we don't go against very often. A lot of these names on the Patriots are guys just that we may just not know. We ran into that last week going against the Miami Dolphins, and something similar to this week as well. But Payo coming in with the question. This is more of a Rams question here as we get Ken's audio figured out here. But says, who do you think is center tomorrow? I'm actually going to say that it's who we think it's going to be, and I'm fully expecting.
Can you hear me now?
Oh yeah, that sounds much better, man. That's perfect. So, yeah, but we're looking probably – I'm going to go with it's going to be Jonah Jackson, Steve Avila, left guard, center at that center spot. I know the Bo Limmer stuff, and it's possible that we do see him. Obviously, we got to see him a little bit last week, but, yeah, that's kind of where we're at right now. I think that we just got to go with the more talented players at this time. But, yeah, we got your audio working here, man, and, yeah. So how you feeling about going into this game tomorrow?
A bit nervous because I know my team. I mean, we came off a big performance last week, 9 sacks, harassing Caleb Wills and what's left of the Bears. Y'all seen them earlier this season too. I think y'all lost that game, but they won't like they are now. So it's like the 3 wins we have this year. You kind of take it with a grain of salt because we beat the Bears, team that's kind of in disarray. Just fired the offensive coordinator. We beat the Jets. The Jets have been horrible. Y'all got to play the Jets later on this year, don't you?
Yep.
Yeah, y'all got then we beat the Bengals, and everybody know that the early season Bengals, they're never that good. So our 3 wins are kind of question mark. Like, was it the Patriots that won that game, or did those teams just crap the bed? So that's what I'm looking at right now. So it's gonna be very interesting to see. I don't expect my team to play as good as they played last week. I think they'll come back down to earth a little bit. Now, would that be enough for us to lose or win the game? I don't know. We just have to wait and see tomorrow. But I don't expect them to play as good as they played last week. And it wasn't even a great performance. You won 19-3, 1 touchdown, but the defense was dominant. So I expect them to come a little bit back down to earth tomorrow.
Hey, fair enough, man. We do have a question here coming from Payo Time, good longtime friend of the channel here. Says, what are your thoughts on Mayo, his head coach so far this year?
I love Mayo. I like him. I like what he brings, the energy here. I think he's like a player's coach. He's definitely different than Bill Belichick. You're not getting much. We're on the Cincinnati, or we're focused on whatever. You're not going to get much you don't get much from Bill, but I think Mayo has brought some energy. He's more open and he speaks his mind. like from the Drake May Jacoby Brissett quarterback competition, saying that Drake May outplayed Jacoby, but then starting Jacoby. I mean, I think Mayo needs to work on his press conferences, talking to the media. But he's a young coach. I mean, he's young, like McVay. I mean, these are two of the youngest coaches in the league. So I think I like Mayo. It's something different. He's something different, and I like him. I think the players are starting to buy into him. And this year is for the Patriots. It's not about wins or losses. It's more about developing, seeing what you got at quarterback, seeing the talent you got, and then we got a lot of cap space next year. You're probably gonna have a top 10 draft pick. See how it depends on how DeMar go and the rest of the season go, and then see if you can get some free agents to come to New England. But this year it's not about wins or losses. And I think with what Belichick left him up as a roster, because the roster was a mess. I think Mayos did a pretty good job. We already got 3 wins. Vegas had us winning 4 games this year, and we still got 6, 7 more games to go. So we can get a win tomorrow. Hopefully, then we could be in the right direction. But we'll see.
We'll see. Yeah, we'll see, man. That's so funny, man. I was thinking about that as we kind of coming into this game of what a dramatic difference that is to go from Bill Belichick to one of the youngest coaches in the NFL, and just what a culture shift, man. And the Rams had something which I would consider similar. McVay obviously wasn't, I didn't watch McVay play in the NFL like I did with Mayo, but going from Jeff Fisher to Sean McVay was quite the shift as well. Have you noticed like a culture shift in the team of just it's like shedding kind of that old Pats, and now you're like the new New England Patriots?
Yeah, I have. I really have. I've noticed a little bit of a shift. Can you hear me all right?
Yeah. I think so, something happened. It's a little different, but I can hear you.
Yeah, I have. I've noticed a little shift. I think the players now are more outspoken. They speak a lot more. You know what, Belichick had duct tape on everybody's mouth when he was there. Won't nobody saying anything. I think the players now, they speak a lot more. I think they're playing hard for Mayo. Kind of like what y'all transitioned to with the Rams and what I love Sean McVay. I love his scheme. I like McVay, and I like the coach for the Dolphins, y'all, Mike McDaniel. I love those two coaches. I love the energy, the tight pants. They're young. I love everything about those. I love the offensive scheme, man. We got Alex Van Pelt. He's kind of like a West Coast guy, too, offensive coordinator. But I love Sean McVay and whatnot. He's young, his energy. I just love everything about McVay, man. I would love if it was a coach I could play for. I would play for Mike Tomlin, and I play for Mike McDaniel and Coach McVay. Those are 3 of my best coaches so far, man. I love some McVay, man. But yeah, I think I can definitely tell the shift or whatnot. I think with Belichick, it was time for him to leave. I think not the fans, but the players are starting to tone him out. It was just sometimes, it's just time for a change. He's been there. You won 6 or 7 Super Bowls. You had a great dynasty. I know what Kansas City is doing right now, but it will never be done again what we did with Brady and Bill and whatnot. It was just time, and it was time for a new face. And I like the fact that I like what Mayo's bringing, and I think we're building something, man. We just got to continue to build the blocks and developing this talent. I think we're building something.
Fair enough, man. I want to comment on something you just said there, because that was the most spoiled fan base comment I've ever heard in my entire life. You didn't even know the number of Super Bowls. It was 6 or 7, I don't know, something like that. It's like, oh, it's hilarious, man. So I was talking while we kind of we're working on our audio here about a team like the Patriots, much like last week with the Miami Dolphins, where we just don't know these teams very well. And as I'm going through the depth chart of the New England Patriots, even as the football fan that I am, I'm seeing so many names that I don't recognize. Do you have any names on offense that you think that the Rams fans are not thinking about could be a big impact in this game?
Great question. Tremendous. Not a great question. Tremendous question. DeMario Pop Douglas, slot receiver, number 3. Wide receiver, get familiar with his game. I think DeMar Pop Douglas. If we have time tomorrow, we can get the ball to him in the slot. He normally runs in the slot. I think Jalen Pope could have a solid game tomorrow. Kayshawn Boutte, wide receiver, Bootte's number 9. Polk is 1. I think just keep an eye on the young wide receivers. Number 1, number 3, and number 9. Keep an eye on them or whatnot. You should know Ramondre Stevenson. He's pretty good back in the league. Yeah. And Drake May, I think everybody knows Drake May right now. They know what Drake May's been doing, but keep an eye on it. I think Hunter Henry, I think he can have a day tomorrow with y'all linebackers. That you just came on my show and you said you didn't like the linebackers or whatnot.
Well, that's not what I said. Hold on. I just said that's our weak spot. I didn't say I didn't like them.
But yeah, DeMar Pot Douglas, number 3 in the slot. Keep an eye. I think he hasn't had that. We beat the Texans beat us by the Drake May first start. But since then, May was out with a concussion. Then Pop Doug, he got we went to Germany and DeMar Doug had food poisoning or something, so he was out. So I think this game here should be a DeMar Pop Douglas game if we can get y'all guys blocked up. Pop Doug, I think he can have a day tomorrow. We get the guys blocked. Cause I went back and I watched y'all play Seattle a couple weeks ago. Jackson Smith and Jigba, he had a big game. And DeMar Pop, I'm not putting them in the same category as him, but they kind of play similar. A lot in the slot, they can do some of the same thing. I like what I seen from Jackson Smith when I looked at some of the All-22 film. But watch out for DeMar Pop Douglas tomorrow. I think he can have a day tomorrow.
All right, fair enough, man. And on the other side of the ball, knowing that our right tackle, we might be down to our 3rd guy at that spot. Is there anybody on that defensive side that you think is an underrated piece of this Pats defense?
Keon White, watch out for Keon White on 99. That's the number. And we just signed a Unique Ndakwe. I don't think Detroit White is going to play tomorrow. He suffered a foot or ankle injury. He probably won't be out there tomorrow. But Keon White, Unique Ndakwe, man. I think your offensive line is they've been kind of shaky a little bit. And now you do say you're dealing with a couple of injuries, but these are just to the same position. So your depth there is going to get tested. I think keep an eye on Keon White and Unique Ndakwe tomorrow. So that's 99. I think Ndakwe is 55.
Okay, yeah, I saw that on the unofficial depth chart. I saw that he was like 3rd in there, but I kind of figured that was because he was just a late addition, so they just slotted him in somewhere.
Yeah, we just signed him last week, so yep.
Yeah, and Ngakoue is awesome, man. I've been a fan of him his entire NFL career. I've always, kind of wanted him to be on the Rams, and it just hasn't worked out. Probably never will. But Payos, the question here: do you know about the Gillette Lighthouse curse? I know nothing about this. Do you know what?
I don't even. Can you fill me in, Payo? I mean, because I don't know anything about it either.
No, I know nothing about a lighthouse curse. So Payo, we need some help, man. Don't know what you're talking about.
I don't know about the lighthouse curses.
Yeah.
Now, we have not been good at home this year, if it's something about that.
Okay.
We having special guests at the lighthouse ringing the bell, but we have not. We're like 1-3 at home. We beat the Jets, but Gillette has not really been kind to us lately, man. We cannot win we haven't won at home in a while. And like I said on our show, we haven't won 2 games in a row since the 2022 season. It's a bit so we need to get this is a big game for us too. I do think it's more important to y'all, but we gotta start stringing some W's together. It's like we win one and we lose, but we have not. We got to get back to having Gillette. That place got to be louder more. We got to get back to having Gillette. Like people used to be scared to come into Gillette to play. That was automatic L for you. Like it's been we L City since Brady left.
Yeah, man, it's definitely. I mean, what a shift just over the last few years in New England. Kind of crazy. It's the last time the Rams and Patriots played. It was actually Cam Newton at quarterback. So just I feel like
that game was ugly.
Yeah, just kind of And the Rams had won that, and then I kind of talked about on Ram Showcase this week that the only time that in this whole series between the Rams and the Patriots that a team didn't get a streak going, or at least back-to-back wins, was the first 2. The Patriots won the first, and the or vice versa. I can't remember which is which, but one team won the first and one team won the second, and then it's been streaks since. It's been 5 wins in a row, 6 wins in a row. So it's kind of crazy to see that difference there, man. But New England, you said that they're not playing that well at home. What's kind of fun is on the Rams side is being in LA, we hate the early games. The early kickoff games are tough, but in the last few years, Sean McVay has done a great job of getting the squad ready for that. So do you think that there's any true advantage to a team that's, going to be kicking off at 10 a.m. local time?
No. I mean, we thought that week 2 against Seattle, a team you're familiar with. Seattle the game went in overtime. And I thought we would have won that game. I think if Drake May played that game, we might have won that game. But the game went in overtime. Jacoby Brissett takes a bad sack, get a field goal block. Geno Smith drives them down. They win the damn game. So we don't really see. I don't look good that game. They didn't show no signs of sleepy or not prepared, none of that. So I think the Rams are actually a better coach team than I think Seattle would. I like what y'all have in McVay and all that right there. But in saying that, I really don't think that. I don't think that, man. I think at the end of the day, you got to go play. They got to line up against us. We got to line up against you. I really don't think that really matters.
Hey, fair enough. Yeah, it's I think that ultimately it's from the fan perspective, we absolutely hate to be on the early one. I like to get ready slowly and hit on some red zone while I'm watching some early
Yeah.
games as I get ready for it. But now it's like it feels so early in the morning and stuff like that. But this should be a fun one, man. But I wanted to ask you, we kind of talked about Drake May on your stream, and I encourage everybody to go check out that conversation as well. I'll make sure I link it in my community section so that you can go find it easy. But I want to know from your perspective, there was a lot of rookie quarterbacks taken in the first round this year.
Right.
And I want to know where you would slot in Drake May in the ranking of those first round quarterbacks.
I would put him at the I would put him. I like what I've seen so far from coming out now. I thought we was going to get Jaden Daniels when we first started because I thought Washington was going to go with May, and at that time, Caleb was number one. I think the consensus number two. I was hearing Washington like that May. Funny, I went to the combine in Indy. I got had credentials. I went out there and I seen Drake May at the airport. He's from UNC. He's from Charlotte. So I met him, took a picture with him at the combine. Man, he's a cool guy, laid back. So ever since now going into the combine, I kind of was coming on to I like him too. I was like, dang, I met him at the airport. And I was like, this guy, and I saw him working at the combine. I was like, man, he looks like a Patriot. He just looks like one. Like if you see him, he looks like Justin Herbert or Josh Allen. He looks just like Justin Herbert, Josh Allen. I'm gonna say Justin Herbert. He kind of plays like Allen, but throws like Herbert. But man, I said that Drake May kid, I said he looks like a Patriot, man. And then living out here on the East Coast, I get to see a lot of Chapel Hill game, UNC game, saw him plays. And so I say round, but it didn't dawn on me right away. I say round about March, but during free agency, I was like, I said, okay, I think we're gonna take May. Cause we picking at 3. I said, cause Washington, they hired Cliff Kingsbury, formerly of the Cardinals. I said, they're gonna go Jaden Daniels. And then plus Washington had Sam Howell. So then they wasn't gonna go get another UNC quarterback. So they traded Howell, they drafted Daniels. And I said a couple weeks for the draft, I started hearing reports from people close to the Patriots and whatnot, like the Patriots probably go Drake May. We took Drake May. I remember where I was at when we took him, and I was so freaking happy. I was excited, because that's who I wanted us to get. But he just looks like a Patriot. And I say like a month or two before the draft, I said, I think I'm leaning May. I'll be happy with Daniels, but I'm leaning Drake May. I'll be happy either way. And I think, living up in playing in Foxborough, you got to be able to throw that football, drive the ball. I think Daniels' arm is a little weaker than Drake May. Drake May can throw it. He can drive it. I think he's built for the Foxborough, for the Patriots weather. I think he's built for the weather and stuff up there in Foxborough. But I said closer to the draft, I said, yeah, I'm starting to feel May, and I actually thought he could have started week 1. I actually thought, but I think we didn't know what we had on offense. We wanted to slow play it, but you can definitely see since he's came in, the offense line, we ain't scoring that much more, but you can definitely see that it looks so much different. It looks so much different.
Mm-hmm. So, because I personally, I was the highest on Daniels coming out of all the quarterbacks. That led to a lot of weird stuff with the Rams fan base, with a USC guy being the consensus number 1, who I wasn't very high on. But since we've now seen Bo Nix play, really the only one is Penix that we haven't seen play. Of the 4 of Williams, May, Daniels, and Nix, where would you slot in May in those 4?
Like right now?
Yeah.
I'm gonna go Jaden right now at 1. But based on how he looked Thursday night, I kind of want to fall back on that. He didn't look right now.
He was bound to have one of those, man.
Yeah. I think he's dealing with an injury, but based on how they're playing right now, and I'm gonna base it off what they're working with, personnel, and all that too. I'm gonna go Jaden 1. But I'm gonna go Drake May behind Jaden, but it's close. Like I'm talking about, if Drake May play good tomorrow, and we had to do a show next week, I might have May ahead of Daniels. But I'm gonna go Daniels, May. I'm gonna go Daniels, May, Nix, Caleb right now. I'm not gonna rank McCarthy because he got hurt. But I go Daniels, May, Nix, Caleb right now. But just based on how they're playing right now, Bo Nix very quiet, is having a pretty good season. Yeah. He's been playing. He got to a slow start, but we know his ceiling isn't that high. He has a high floor though, so he's not going to really. I mean, I think he fits Sean Payton's scheme pretty good. But yeah, I'm gonna go Daniels, May, and that's close, and then Nix Williams, because Caleb Williams has kind of fell off the past couple weeks or whatnot. He's not seeing the feel good, taking a lot of sacks. The offensive line's got a lot going on, but Drake May's dealing with a bad offensive line, and Drake May is making it work. So you can't really blame him on all that. But I like what I see from Jaden Daniels and Washington. Jaden Daniels I think he's probably gonna win offensive rookie of the year because Washington got just as much talent. I mean, they got Terry McLaurin, but other than that, Daniels really working with nothing there, really, and he's looking pretty good. But Daniels, May, Nix, Caleb Williams.
Fair enough, man. Yeah, I was really high on Washington coming into the year. Not only with a coaching change, obviously Dan Quinn coming in, but you bring in Daniels, who I was the highest on as far as all the quarterbacks. Eckler coming in is a TD machine, man. You bring in guys like Bobby Wagner on defense, and it was like, man, this team's going to be good, man. And so I put money on them to win that division, and my cash out option's already looking decent. So maybe I'll snake that, or I'll just wait and hang out.
Real quick, I want to ask you, there was a rumor in the draft that y'all could be trading up for a quarterback too.
Nah, that was never real, man. That was never going to happen.
How much longer you think Stafford got?
Maybe 2 or 3.
Yeah,
so
he's 30.
It's time to start kind of figuring out your exit strategy, but I don't think that the Rams are going to take a quarterback high this year.
Yeah.
So yeah, man. So we had Peo kind of come in and try to explain some stuff to it. I don't know if we can read the whole comment because we're on StreamYard here, but said it's a funny joke since being built. The number of pick sixes the Patriots has increased. So I guess it's about since the White House was put in, there's more pick sixes. It says
oh gosh, I don't want to see another pick six, man. I watched Mac Jones for the past couple of years throwing intercepts off his back foot. Please, I don't want to see no more of that.
Oh, I love it, man. Yeah, it says it was started because some Pats fans don't like the fake lighthouse built in 2020. So. Maybe, man. Maybe there's something to it. Maybe we'll see. We've got a few touchdown machines in our secondary, man. Jalen McCullough's been doing a pretty dang good job at the safety spot. Cam Kinchins as well. But, yeah, we should be flying all over the place, man. Maybe we can make this curse make you realize it's real, all right? That's the goal tomorrow. So I want to kind of touch back on the Rams offense versus the Patriots defense. What do you think is the most important matchup in that battle there?
Rams offense versus our defense. From our perspective, the trenches. We have to get pressure on Matthew Stafford. Similar, we need to put more pressure on him than what the Dolphins did. The Dolphins brought him down like 4 times, I think. That was harassing him. We got to copy that blueprint. Get after Stafford. If we want to win this game tomorrow, we're going to have to copy what the Dolphins did. Get after Matt Stafford. I like my matchups on the outside. Gonzo probably is going to be on Cooper Kupp, and probably Jonathan Jones or Marcus on Puka Nacua and whatnot. The X factor, and I like this guy. He don't get a lot of credit. A lot of people don't talk to him. Demarcus Robinson. I like him as a number 3. Y'all number 3 receiver. I think he can have a day tomorrow because if we take away like we did last week, the outside guys, I think that's going to leave Robinson. And don't sleep on Tutu Atwell as well. But I think y'all use Robinson a lot more. Not too familiar with your tight ends. Maybe that could change tomorrow or whatnot. But I think Demarcus Robinson, he got a size mismatch over whoever's playing in the slot, maybe Marcus Jones. So I said pressure is going to be important tomorrow. We have to put pressure on Matthew Stafford because Matthew Stafford's a gunslinger. Like I just said on my show, he give you 3 touchdowns, but he's also going to give you a couple opportunity to get some interceptions too. Just got to catch him. He's going to throw you a couple. You just got to catch him though. He's a gunslinger. I like that mentality though.
Yeah. I'm really curious to see what the Patriots' plan is to try to take away Puka and Cooper because obviously these guys are incredible, man. Their ability to run routes and shake people is kind of unmatched. So you got to not only do you need to have a good corner on them, but you also need to have a bit of a backup plan, man. Somebody also keeping eyeballs over there, whether that's linebackers across the middle, safeties back deep. He's got to kind of try to wrangle everybody in, man. But I like what you mentioned there about Demarcus Robinson because I think from the Rams perspective, and Rams fans know D-Rob real well, but it seems like he doesn't get much love when it comes to national media.
All I can think of right now is that big play action post play a couple weeks ago in Seattle in overtime.
Oh yeah,
man, he killed what's the corner?
Yeah, that was Woolen.
Yeah, man, Demarcus Robinson can ball, man.
Yeah,
And y'all don't need him to be a number one. Y'all don't need him to be a big time guy. Just come in and be a number 3. And he's a ball. He got some nice stats for y'all. He was all right with y'all last year too.
Yeah, absolutely, man. You mentioned the Rams tight ends. We actually have kind of an odd grouping in the tight end room because I feel like we have a bunch of the same exact guy. Tyler Higbee is not going to be back. We still have a few more weeks for him. He went down in the playoff game last year in Detroit with that torn ACL, so he's not back yet. But Davis Allen was getting the reps last week. Colby Parkinson came over from Seattle via free agency. And then we also have Hunter Long that we've gotten the Jalen Ramsey trade with the Miami Dolphins. So you may know him, but they're all 3 like the same exact player. So it's kind of just pick your poison. They're all like they're all built the same. They're all just like these white tight ends. They look the same when they're out there and stuff, man. It's kind of crazy to see. But flipping to the other side, man.
Real quick, what have you liked from Blake Corum?
But he's just not getting a lot of reps. But he plays a lot like Kyron Williams. So once he gets into his rhythm, I'm really excited to see what Corum can do. Yeah, kid's good though, man. Flipping over, other side, man. That Patriots offense against the Rams defense. I mentioned my matchup there is Captain Q going against the rookie quarterback. But what is your perspective there on the most important matchup?
Depending on, and we just talked about this on my show. Depending on where Jared Verse lines up at, we need all eyes on him. Chip block him at AVP. Please don't leave him one-on-one with Badarian Lowe or DeMontre Jacobs like we did Jeffrey Simmons and like we did with Bosa a month ago when we went to San Francisco. Please don't do that because you can get Drake May killed tomorrow. I mean, y'all got some guys on that defensive line. The national league, they need to put the Rams defensive line on notice because nobody's talking about you guys because y'all so young. Y'all deserve the credit. Yeah, y'all deserve some credit, but y'all got some guys, Fisk, Jared Verse, he's an animal. The sacks don't really stand out to you, but the pressures are definitely there. Y'all got a bunch of y'all go like 3, 4, 5 deep on that daggone defensive line. So y'all can do some things there. And we probably starting our 8 different offensive line lineup tomorrow. They played all okay last week, but we have to protect. We got to protect. And give Drake. I do feel we give Drake make time. We can have a successful day tomorrow in the air. But we have to, all eyes got to be on Jared Verse, man. So my matchup on the defensive side of the ball is going to be from the Rams going up against us. Will be Jared Verse going up against Badarian Lowe or DeMontre Jacobs. We got to all eyes on Verse. Wherever he at, we got to chip him or something.
Fair enough, man. And before we get to a score prediction here, who do you think is just like the wild card of this game? Somebody who could be an MVP of this game that maybe no one else is talking about.
From either team?
Yeah. Or from both teams. How about that?
Okay, both teams. Okay. From the Patriots, my wild card, I'm gonna go with offensive player. I'm gonna say Pop Douglas, my slot receiver, DeMar Douglas. I think this tomorrow might be. I got a gut feeling this game is coming from DeMar Douglas. From the Rams. I'm gonna go. I got some odd feeling Tutu Atwell's gonna have a big reception tomorrow for some reason. I don't know what it is, either him or Robinson. So I'm gonna keep it simple. I'm gonna go 2 receivers. But if we can get out the staff, we ain't gotta worry about that. But I got a feeling we gotta keep it on Tutu Atwell as well. But X Factor could be Tutu.
Hey, that checks out, man. I'm going to go with D-Rob, a name that you mentioned, because so many eyeballs go out to 10 and 17, man, that 15 is able to find some space in the defense for sure. And on the Patriots side, I'm going to go with the new addition, man, Unique Ngakoue. When you bring in a new pass rusher, they don't have time to learn the ins and outs of your defense. So what you tell that guy, the pass rusher, is go after the quarterback. Go get the quarterback. And when a pass rusher is able to just kind of not need to know a play and just know I need to go get the quarterback, usually those guys play super loose, super quick, and they're kind of all over the place. So that's who I'm going to go with there, man. And let's go ahead and get into our score predictions, man. What do you think is going to happen tomorrow?
Oh, man. I'm going to go head over heart. It hurts me. But I'm going to go, like you said on my show, I'm going to go 23-16 Rams. Close game, 23-16 Rams. If we didn't play so good last week, and like I said, we didn't play great because we don't put up 19 points, score 1 offensive touchdown. We didn't play so good last week. I would say, okay, this is because before the season started, I said this is the one we're going to get. We're going to get the Rams coming West Coast early game. on the road. I think, but now we played so good last week. We got to fall back. I know my team, bro. I know my team.
Yeah.
It's too good to be true. Now, hey, of course I'm rooting for us to win. But hey, if we lose, it ain't the worst case in the world because we can get a better draft pick or whatever like that. But we'll fall back. We'll come back down to the Patriots that we all know tomorrow. I think.
Dude, that's so funny.
Yeah,
I literally
23-16 record.
I literally feel the exact opposite from the Rams. It's like looking at last week's game. It's like no, that's not us, man. We ain't that bad. Like we're better than that, man. So we'll be all right. So it's kind of funny. You see, like you have a good game, and you're like, oh, we'll come back down to earth, and we have a bad game. We're like, no, we're better than that. We'll be back. So,
I think y'all get us tomorrow. We'll come back down. I think it'd be a close game. We're gonna fight. It'd be some interesting matchups during the game, interesting plays. But my gut's just telling me Rams need a little more than you do. Rams played. Now, the thing that got me is y'all coming on a short week, you got to travel, and you got some injuries. So it's a little part of me that's like, okay, we might got a chance here. We might can get them. But I think y'all will make some plays in the end. The veteran leadership will show up, and I think y'all get us 23-16. Good game, though. But if Drake May plays good tomorrow and we still lose, that's a win for me. I'm fine.
I'll tell you too. I don't have the exact number in front of me here, but I will say that Sean McVay's record on a short week is rather good. So that preparation's coming in good, man. I'm gonna go over just a few quick comments here before we wrap it on up. I said Daniel's saying he doesn't feel good about this playing the Pats because Pats have a lot of sacks, so he's worried about that.
I see that.
So we'll see. We'll see how that kind of shakes out with the offensive line. We need to get those guys just kind of comfortable and get some continuity back. They've been just not playing, so we need to get them in there. And then Payo Time says Hunter Long scoring his first career touchdown tomorrow. So that's awesome. And to let you know, you scored a new sub. So
yes, sir. Appreciate it, Payo. Appreciate it, man. Appreciate it.
Payo's awesome, man. Have him on too sometime, man. He's absolutely incredible, man. He does a great job over there.
He does Rams content too.
What's that?
He does Rams content too. Payo?
Oh yeah, better than me, man.
Oh, okay. I gotta check him out.
Yeah, man, for sure. And where can we find you, man?
Oh yeah, Ken's Pats Talk. You see me down at the Ken's Pats Talk. It's KEN_S Pats Talk on YouTube, and you can find me on Twitter as well, man. I'm also on Instagram as well, man. Y'all make sure y'all go check out my last video I just did with my boy Surf Joe, man. We did a show on my video on my channel. Go like that video. Make sure you subscribe to the channel, man. I appreciate it.
Dude, absolutely. Like both videos, like this one, like that one over there, no matter what you're watching on Facebook, YouTube, if it was on Twitter over there. But hey, man, gotta say, we've been trying to get this done for so long, man. We tried to get this done in 2020 pandemic time. It really worked out. When your messages came across, I got fired up, man. It was like, oh yeah, because I completely spaced it, man. I get so caught up in get my season going and my prep and stuff like that on my show.
Yes,
so
sir, man.
Thanks for reaching out, man. And I'm so glad we were able to finally have a chance to sit down and talk, man. We'll definitely do this again.
Yes, sir, man. We definitely have to link up again, man. I appreciate it, man. I appreciate all y'all checking us out tonight, man. Appreciate it. I really do, man. Much love.
Dude, absolutely, man. Everybody, hey, you have a good night, all right? Go Rams! It's going to be a good one tomorrow. Kicking off 10 a.m. local time if you're out in L.A., but that, of course, 1 if you're going to be out there. Should be a decent game. Only a couple clouds hanging out, about mid-50s for the whole day, so it's going to be a pretty one out there. Maybe the Rams get a big W, maybe get back up to 500, or we need to start looking at what the heck's going to be going on this offseason. So that's where we're at heading into this one, man. So, Ken, thanks again, man, so much for hanging out with me.
Yes, sir. Appreciate it.